Thank you so much for watching the last video on your game planning and strategy worksheet. I just want to talk to you very briefly today about the banquet and certain travel tips. First and foremost, let's talk about travel. We are all flying a very long way to compete in Lithuania. If I could give you any advice, the two most important things: number one, keep your passport on you at all times. I mean physically on your person. You do not want to lose your passport. If you lose that, you are going to have serious problems replacing it, potentially getting out of the country, getting into the country, so on and so forth. You do not want to lose your passport. I keep mine in my front pants pocket at all times when I travel. It never leaves my body, so don't lose your passport. I cannot stress that enough. Number two, every single thing you are going to wear on game day on the competition platform needs to go in your carry-on with you on the plane. Do not put your gear in a checked bag. Specifically, I'm talking about the two most important items that cannot be replaced, namely your belt and your shoes. SBD and some other equipment and apparel manufacturers will likely have booths at Worlds, and they'll be over there, so you can conceivably get knee sleeves and wrist wraps and a t-shirt, maybe even a singlet replaced at the last second. But you are not going to be able to replace your belt. You're not going to be able to replace your shoes. Having said that, everything that you're going to wear on game day on the platform needs to go in your carry-on. You do not want to put that in a checked bag. I know lifters who have put that in their checked bag, and the airlines have either lost their bag completely or it shows up late. You do not want that headache. You do not want to be able, you don't want to have to go through all that anxiety and stress of having the airline lose your bag. So all of your gear goes in your carry-on. The third thing about overseas travel, many of you are going to want to pack some food with you. I would highly recommend that for those of you that are going to be cutting it close to making weight. Bring things that taste good, things that are non-perishable, dried foods and so forth, small, compact, high-calorie food items with you in your bag. I know Waskar even mentioned last year that he packed an entire suitcase full of food so that he could eat all the things that he wanted when he got over there. So, and then the last thing would also be make sure that you bring some kind of travel adapter that is going to be European outlet friendly, that you can plug in so that you can plug in your electronic devices, your cell phone, your laptops, your headphones, whatever. Make sure that you have one of those. The one that I have is quite handy. It's got a USB port and so on and so forth. So those are the main travel tips. Lastly, the banquet. Most of you will not be attending the banquet. I think there's probably only about a half a dozen of us who are going to the banquet. Just let me say this about banquets. They run the spectrum of fabulous to not so good and everything in between. You do not need to get dressed up, although you're invited to do so. You're going to have some people that look like they're dressed for a ball. They'll be wearing a suit and tie, the women in dresses and gowns, and then you'll have some people who just come in their national team tracksuits, and then of course everything in between. So you can dress up or dress down. Just be comfortable. And look, aside from the food and potential entertainment and the team awards, the single best thing about the banquet is just being able to connect and meet some of these people that, some of the lifters and coaches from all over the world. And so now with the explosion of social media and the popularity of Instagram, you're going to be able to connect with the people that you follow, and likewise, they'll be able to connect with you. And hopefully, you'll just be able to fellowship with them and have good interactions and chop it up with them at the banquet. And quite frankly, that's the very best part. So that's it. That's all. Not going to bore you anymore with any additional information. And then just stay tuned for the last video coming next week, where I'll just have a very short word on executing on game day.